Alright, so welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. Today we're going to talk about a subject that is something you need to think about. Alright, and it's about invasive plants. What are invasive plants? Invasive plants are non-native species to your area that can cause you issues because once you plant them, they will grow big and then they will spread. How do they spread? Well, there's different types of ways that plants will spread. Banana trees, for example, I did a video last year where I showed you how I dug up the banana trees around the original banana tree, the baby shoots, offshoots, and took them and replanted them throughout my yard. It can be a very invasive plant. I know in Hawaii it's terrible because you really got to keep them under control because they will spread a lot. Back from when we lived in Hawaii. All right, so I'm going to show you a good example here in just a second. Let me grab my recording device, my phone, and I'll walk you around the yard with it. Alright, so what you see here is what's called the purple Osaka mustard. It's a very pretty plant. As a matter of fact, we got this one from a collection of mustard. Well, it was this one in the center and a couple of the decorative kales. And we planted them here just for something pretty to grow. It is edible, very spicy leaf. Can be used in all kinds of different soups and salads and such. But what we did is we let it grow and it produced a stalk, which we thought was kind of cool. It had some flowers on it, and then produced seed. All right, and you're saying, well, if you look at it underneath here, let's see if I can see, you still got just the one plant there. All right, so I don't have any spreading via root system or anything. It's all just that same original plant that was planted there way back when. All right, and it is very pretty. The problem is, and I'm going to show you, that if you look around when I let it go to seed, you can see that I have various plants that are growing up. There's another one there. Let's see. I've got another one right here that's growing up. You can see that very well. Oops, sorry. I guess I didn't get it in the film. There you go. It's growing up there. And then I've got another one. This one's probably the farthest away, all the way over here. And just to kind of give you the scope, how far that went, let's go back out. So that's a pretty good distance away. And that can be an invasive plant. So basically what I've got going on is this plant is growing up at a pretty good distance. I'm talking, what, 20, 25 feet away. And then that one, as it grows, will spread seed and it'll go further. I'll show you another example of what we got going on with some of the invasive plants. Now, is it a bad thing to have invasive plants? Well, I guess it all depends on whether or not you want these to grow. Like last year, I had lettuce growing and I let it go to head. Once it, excuse my mess out here. Once it had basically stopped growing and bolted, I let it go ahead and bolt and I let it grow seed. And you'll see these various lettuce plants here. All right, that was the lettuce that grew. It's a nice, curly, very delicious lettuce that we like a lot. And I've got a plant there, I got a plant there, I got a plant there. They were actually planted in this area over here. All right, so, and you can see that I've got some that came back from last year's seed. And then in the path between, I've got some there, I got some here, I've got some there. And you think, well, that's not too bad, right? Well, let me show you this. So again, keep in mind, this is where they're planted at, okay? All right, so let's go for a little walk. I've got one growing over here. That's a good 20, 25 feet away. That's pretty far, right? You're thinking to yourself, I could deal with that. It's lettuce, right? Well, let's go all the way over here. And you can see that I've got it growing here as well. That's the same curly leaf lettuce. That's pretty far. I mean, you look at where I'm standing to my garden, where that grew, that's pretty stinking far. Well, hang on. Let's go looking some more. somewhere right in here. Where did I see it? Got some more. Well, I'll show you a bigger one. I have got lettuce all the way over here. Now, how did that happen? There's a whole house between here and there. And I got lettuce seed coming up all the way over here. So when you let things seed out and the heads of the seeds bloom, once again, I'm going to kind of show you how far away from the garden we are. It has somehow made it from all the way over there. You can barely see my little arbor there. It was just beyond that to all the way in front of the car there is where the furthest one grew. Somehow or other the seeds have gotten all the way over there. So that's something you need to be aware of when you plant things and let them go to seed. Alright, so when it comes to invasive plants, the key is you got to understand that if it grows a seed stalk, there's a good chance the seeds are going to spread, and if the seeds spread, they're going to grow. So essentially what you want to decide when you allow it to seed out is either, one, you want to harvest all the seeds so they don't go where you don't want them, or two, you want to put it in an area where you're willing to accept the fact that it's going to spread. As far as other invasive plants, there are invasive plants for each area of the country that are actually illegal. You can't have them, and so you need to be aware of the plants that you do plant so that they don't become invasive. Beyond that, have a ball. Like this growing here is not really a problem for me. I'll dig them out, and if I continue to get some more, I'll dig some more out. But beyond that, just be aware of what you got going on. All right, as far as the invasive species. Thanks once again for stopping by Jim Bob's Garden. Like, subscribe, and let me know what you think.